What if I told you there's a system, a blueprint for turning your business's contact list, all those old emails and numbers, into a revenue-generating machine? And what if you could do it in just 12 weeks? Well, today, that's exactly what we're breaking down. It's a proven plan for turning contacts into cash. So let's just start with this one big question. Are you sitting on a gold mine? Seriously. Because according to the blueprint we're looking at today, the answer for pretty much every business out there is a huge yes. And that gold mine is probably hiding in plain sight. To make this real, let's look at an actual case study. This one business had a list of 6,600 dormant contacts. Now, that is not just some number on a spreadsheet, right? That's thousands of people, thousands of past relationships, and a whole lot of potential revenue just sitting there, waiting. And get this, when they ran their very first test campaign to this dead list, 60 or 70 people came right back. And this really gets to the core of the whole thing. That's not a fluke. It's not luck. It is stone-cold proof that your list is hungry to come back. The potential is already there. You just have to wake it up.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll dive into what that untapped gold mine really is. Then, we'll look at the 3-pipeline system designed to unlock it. We'll meet those pipelines, walk through the 12-week blueprint to build them, calculate the jaw-dropping return, and finally, talk about the repeatable advantage. Sound good? Let's go.
All right, first up, your untapped gold mine. This is all about the hidden asset that's probably sitting in your business right now. Honestly, this is the foundation for the entire strategy.
So what is this gold mine exactly? We're talking about your dormant database. This is a mix of people. In this specific case, it was 3,500 past members, plus another 3,100 contacts who'd shown interest before but never joined. It's basically a giant pool of warm leads that most businesses completely forget about. Okay, now for the solution, the 3-pipeline system. And this is a really important shift in thinking. We're moving away from doing, random one-off marketing campaigns and instead building a permanent automated system. And this really says it all. The goal isn't just about getting a quick bump in sales this month. It's about building pipelines that run at the same time, that systematically and automatically convert those contacts into revenue. Not just once, but year after year after year. You're literally building an asset for your business. So what does this member-generating machine actually look like? Let's pop the hood and meet the growth pipelines to see how all the pieces work together. So the system has 3 pipelines running in parallel. The first one is the win-back pipeline. This one targets those 3,500 past members with a really compelling message: you have credit to claim. The second is reactivation, which goes after the 3,100 non-members with a too-good-to-refuse offer. And the third one, this is the real moneymaker. It targets everyone, new and old members, to upgrade them to high-value personal training. Each one has its own target, its own message, and its own specific goal. Now, for those first 2 pipelines, the win-back and the reactivation, the communication isn't just a single email blast. No, it's a multi-channel sequence. It kicks off with an email, then follows up with an SMS, and then it drops a ringless voicemail. It's a layered approach that makes sure you're reaching people wherever they are, which, massively boosts your chances of getting a response. Okay, but the third pipeline, the one for upgrading members to personal training, this is where things get really advanced. It starts with that same sequence, but then it adds 2 incredibly powerful automated steps. A voice AI jumps in to handle any questions or objections and actually book consultations, which leads directly to a scheduled appointment on the calendar. It's a completely systematic way to turn members into your highest value clients.
All right, I know this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually build it? Well, let's check out the 12-week blueprint. This maps out the entire process from the very first step of building it to handing the keys over to your team.
So here's the timeline, and you can see it's super structured. Weeks 1 and 2, you build the win-back pipeline. Week 3, you build the reactivation pipeline. Week 5, the PT upgrade pipeline. But see those deployment weeks? 4, 7, and 10? That's the secret sauce. This staggered launch lets you test, see what works, and optimize everything before the final system gets handed off in those last couple of weeks. It's smart. And now for the question on everyone's mind. Does this actually make financial sense? Let's get down to brass tacks and calculate the return on this thing. The total investment to get this entire automated, repeatable system built from the ground up, $3,000. And that's broken down into 3 easy payments of $1,000. Just keep that number in your head for a second. Because here's the other side of the equation. Here's the potential revenue. Now, based on a very conservative estimate, just converting 10 new members into personal training clients, this system is projected to generate $40,000. So you do the math, and what do you get? You get this, a 1,233% return on investment. I mean, that's not just a good return. That's the kind of return that completely transforms a one-time cost into a predictable, powerful revenue engine for the business. It's incredible.
And that $3,000 investment, it's not just for a concept or a plan. It is for a complete turnkey solution. You get the whole pipeline architecture, a trained voice AI, all the communication scripts, a tracking dashboard, plus full optimization, team training, and complete documentation. It's the whole shebang. And finally, let's talk about maybe the most important concept here, the repeatable advantage. This is what makes this so much more powerful than just another marketing campaign. It really just boils down to this. This is the big takeaway. The entire system is built one time, but you can run it forever. Every single quarter, the business can basically just push a button, run the sequences again, and generate predictable cash flow from that exact same database. It becomes a permanent competitive advantage.
And that kind of brings us full circle. For the business in this case study, their database already proved it had hungry buyers. The system just gave them a way to reach them. So the real question this leaves us with is, how will you take your business's proven assets and systematize them for reliable, repeatable growth?